It's the Two Dudes podcast with Rick and Kevin. This is number 47, Kevin. 47, and we almost at that 50. Almost. What's good?
Been a long day, long week, long month. Just been long, you know, just long. That's all I can say. Everything been long.
Wow, that bad, huh?
You know, this job search is just it's long. Some of these jobs they have not realized how disrespectful they are. Yesterday, had a job calling. It was like, hey, you did the virtual thing Friday. We calling. We want to offer you a job in the training class. I'm like, all right, cool. This might could have been short lived. I worked for them a decade ago, but I think it's come full circle. Sometimes you go back where you started. I'm like, I'm not above that. Let's say back in I started Quincy, in 2010. Let's say I was there in like 05, 06. Bro, I was making maybe 12.50, then 12.20, somewhere in the 12.
Yeah.
No more than 12.50, right?
Okay.
Why she tell me they started at 13.50? How are you paying people that and you say that with just a straight face? How's it over a decade and you're barely paying people maybe $1 more than what I was making?
Because they know they can get away with it because minimum wage is almost half of that.
No, places now are starting to switch to 15. So how are you? I'm just.
But until it's actually a law.
Yeah, I get that part. But at the same time, to tell me 13.50 and maybe within 6 months it'll be, I guess, maybe $15 an hour, and I got to drive at least something because it's not a work from home. I can't afford that.
Yeah, Lee Summit, you're going to be putting a lot of mileage on that car.
Yeah, and so then I get into an argument. I'll let you guess with who. Talking about I should have took it because it's 13 more than what I'm getting now. Who can survive off that? That's not even going to cover my motherfucking bankruptcy payment that I didn't ask for. It at least need to cover that to make it feasible to do. You know what I'm saying? At least take the biggest burden off my back, then I'll figure out the rest.
Yeah, I will say that, I understand people's mentality of, yeah, you should go ahead and take it. It's better than nothing. But if they don't know what you paying out and what you got to take care of, then they don't understand that it doesn't work like that. You can actually hurt yourself by taking the quick thing instead of holding out for something better.
And it ain't about holding out. It's just, it got to make sense. Because I stay outside. You want me to drive at least something for $13.50. Then on top of that, say I wanted to find a second gig during the week to do a couple days during the week. The hours are a 10 to 7, 11 to 8. That ain't possible.
Oh, man, unless you work in graveyard shift somewhere for your next gig.
Man, so then I get like very little sleep with sleep apnea, and I'm going to work somewhere else, and you want me to take a $12 pay cut? Man, get the hell up out of here. So I've been irritated with that. Did some apps today. Just need to, need that positivity and something good to come because, man, this should be frustrating. Then like I'm having one of my friends because I've seen her go from the bottom up to where you making $750 as supercuts and tips and sweeping hair to where now she's about to get a promotion and probably about to be maybe upper 60s. Happy for her, especially knowing that I helped make that happen. Because if it wasn't for me, nobody would be at that job. I was the connect to make that happen. Sounds like I'm pushing weight saying to connect, but I was the one that made that happen, and that makes me feel good because I told her, I was like, man, I appreciate you letting me be a part of your journey to see your growth and see you move up. I was like, I'll be glad when mine happen and it sustains because this shoots and ladder shit right now, that just because that 10 base left a bad taste in my mouth. And I'm just like, I need to direct hire something. I just need to get it go and just let me get my foot in the door and get to moving. This sitting around idle is making me lose my shit.
Well, remember, like I told you, the first time out, it's gonna happen. Don't even trip off of that. It's gonna happen. But continue to be patient, continue to stay the course. And as always, I'll be praying for you. So we got 7 hot topics today to go through. I want to start off with Jay-Z. This was one of the first things that you and I discussed. I guess Moet Hennessy announced a partnership with Sean Carter, aka Jay-Z, about the acquisition of 50% of the Champagne Armand de Brignac or de Brignac. I can't pronounce it.
Ace.
Yeah, we'll do that then. You and I talked about it, and we got a good laugh out of it because it seems like you said, everything that Jay-Z's in on, he's only in halfway. That could be a good thing, but that could also be a bad thing.
Let me expand on that. It's one of the things to where when you out there, it's all about your portfolio. I get that. But don't you want to own some things? Don't you want to have some shit that's yours? I mean, it's cool to be a partner, 50, but at some point, I'm going to want controlling or 100% interest. Every move don't need to be made. Some moves can just, hey, appreciate it. Gotta let that go on by. I'm doing something else.
Right.
But it's just, how many risks are you really taking if you halfway in? You know what I'm saying? Everybody, oh my God, he's doing this. He's such a good businessman. What has he really done that's earth shattering? The closest thing he did is he bought whatever the streaming site is. The name slipped my mind right now, but he bought that.
Tidal.
He took over Tidal when they were struggling. But was that really a reach considering that he knew motherfuckers that, you know what I'm saying? There was artists that could give him, hey, I'm strictly with you. And Spotify hadn't became the giant that they are now, and iHeart started going podcast versus music. And iHeart was more radio stations than they was streaming. So it's just like you hit at the right time and you got a Rolodex of the right people that's gonna fuck with you.
The thing is, and I guess the only positive that I can take out of it, when you're part owner in something, if it all goes under, you're not solely responsible. That's the only thing I can get out of it. Because I'm with you. I'd rather completely own something. I mean, stand or fall on your own merit. It's okay to be in with somebody on a few things, but it seems like everything he touches, he don't go all the way.
And it's like, I get that, you want to, 50-50 it up. I get it, do it till you blue in the face. But at the end of the day, nigga, get some balls. Just, hey, this me right here. This is all me. Me, maybe I'm just selfish minded, but I'm not always about the collaboration. I'd rather be 100% just, it's all me. If anything, this motherfucker too busy trying to, just, hey, let me buy in. And you that one person, man, hey, you need me, let me know. I got 10 on it. When you got the whole pie your damn self. Now I ain't taking no biz. I'd be afraid to do business when a company like, so at what point are you gonna sell? It makes no sense.
And also, closing this topic out, how many more people are going to get into some type of the alcohol business before it's saturated?
It's already saturated.
I mean, I'm seeing everybody got a hand in some kind of liquor, alcohol, whatever, and I'm thinking it's a bit too much.
See, here's the thing. It's not that it's too much. It's always been like that. You just never seen it. thanks to social media now, you've seen it. Because there was no social media right now, say in the state of TVs and where there's no videos and stuff, we wouldn't have known that E40 had all the different stuff he got. We wouldn't have known that E40 had wine. But thanks to social media, what? Earl Stevens, what? He got a Moscato. What's going on? Then you, hey, Earl, what's his Earl? What's his Earl? Then what's he do? If you want in your area, call this number. We'll work something out. Next thing you know, takes office across the country. Everybody got anything Earl Stevens put out within a month. Everybody has it now, all because you seen it on social media, on his page, and then as people post videos, tagging, just hey, look what I got, E40. Look what I got. What does E40 do? Take your video, put it on his page to show the world. Look at all these people fucking with me. Get on board. So he literally doesn't have to advertise because we do the advertising for him because we want to be down so bad. And that's when you see how everybody else, because there's 50 million different alcohols out there that are sitting on the shelf with dust because nobody knows about them. You put the right name next to it, then it goes off the shelf. Like if you go to what's the white people healthy store? What is it? Not Whole Foods, but the Trader Joe's. You go to Trader Joe's, there's all kind of bourbons and shit there that they bought through their name on it that just didn't sell from somebody else, and they bought it just to sell it. Let me be somebody of importance. Oh, I want this right here. Let's look into it. Let's put our name on it. Take it out of Trader Joe's, put it on the shelf somewhere else. Now all of a sudden, this has been around for 70 years. Yeah, I just bought into it. And boom, it's like Jordan. His motherfucking tequila. That's just $100 a fucking bottle. Anywhere from 80 to $100 bucks. Because that high B behind the shelf, up on top. Nice looking ass bottle. Shit, I'm like it's worth no $80 to $100.
Well, that's the thing. I don't pay for glass when I buy alcohol. I want some good alcohol. And I ain't seen none yet that's worth $100 for a bottle.
We would know because we ain't tasted it. That's the thing. More money, better quality. I say 75% of the time, but you got to spend the money to find that quality. Like Tony, he drinks Appleton Estate Jamaican rum. Tony doesn't drink cheap shit. So I know if he's drinking that, more money, good quality. My brother Leroy, 50 Cent got something called Branson that he pushes. Branson Luchador, some shit like that. My brother had the Branson Black. I looked that shit up. That's like a $90 bottle. I'm pretty sure that was some top of the line tasting shit because he's drinking it straight, no mix. Tony's drinking the Jamaican rum straight, no mix. The more money, the smoother, the better. But at the same time, you're not gonna spend $100 all the time. This might be a once every 4 or 5 month type thing to buy something like that. But like the more money you spend, the better it's gonna be. Then sometimes when you tell yourself, man, do I want to drop this 80 on this and have a bottle for maybe a month? Or do I want to spend this 25, 30? I know I can come back next month and get the same thing. Because if this shit tastes fire, I'm going to want to get it again. I ain't going to want this shit right here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like you stuck between the rock and the hard place, and you can only do what your dollar allows. So that's when you go back to the $25, $30 bottle, because you know you can get that again easier than you can this $80 to $100 bottle. Even though we blow $100 probably every check on bullshit, just not at once. But to see there's gonna be something there for $100, you just look at it, you be like, damn, was that really worth it? I'm pretty sure it probably was on the drinking level, but you still just sit back and look and be like, that's still $100. So if you can't be like, you know, just go about your business, you're not ready for it.
I'm not ready
for it.
I'm not ready. I can't pull the trigger like that. Okay, so real quick, the principal chief of the Cherokee Nation has asked Jeep to stop using the tribe's name on their SUVs. I'm split on this. I see it, I understand it. You know, we all about racial equality, but how long has the Jeep been making the Cherokee now?
Exactly. You know what? This is the title of this show. This is the title of today. Are you wearing a skirt or are you wearing pants? Because there's too many sensitive motherfuckers out here right now. Sum it up. The show title gonna be "Stop Being Sensitive." Because how long? Like I said, I'm 42 years old. Since my memory has been formed since like age 5 of consistency, it's been Jeep Cherokee. Now all of a sudden, 37, about to be 38 years later, stop calling it Cherokee. Man, get the fuck out of here. You just want to ride the wave with the whole Washington crumbling to all these fucking wannabe Indians that ain't real fucking Indians driving around in Escalades and shit. So now you want to join the bus with them. Look at what I did. Man, go somewhere. They attacking the Braves. They're attacking the Seminoles. They even said something about the Chiefs, which I'm kind of glad we didn't win the Super Bowl because it would have been again. Kansas City need to consider changing their name. I don't want to hear that shit. This shit's been like this for years. Why all of a sudden now it got to change? That's so asinine to me. People are just so extra and so sensitive. They all need to go get a fucking hug from their mom, go sit in the fucking corner and shut the fuck up. Because this is how it's been, how it should be, how it's going to be, and stop being so damn extra about everything.
Yeah, I mean, as far as how things are and how they should be, if it's really a bad situation, I'm all about change. I'm all for it. But this is a name that has been there since they started rolling them off the factory back however long they've been making Jeeps, for real. And the other thing about it is it derogatory?
No, not
exactly.
See, these motherfuckers are the reason why we know what's grass fed and what ain't. They want you to know which ones get treated with care and which ones get shot up. I don't give a fuck. Put the steak on my plate and go away.
Bro, I understand the whole Redskins thing. That's kind of derogatory.
That's
Braves, Chiefs, Indians, that's not really derogatory.
Like, that's what I'm saying. It's just extra as fuck. You can find something derogatory about everything. You can find something derogatory in our names. You can find something derogatory in our job titles. There's something you can find in any little thing. Why are we being so damn picky? Why are we being so extra?
The world is rolling that way.
That's why I'm a Knicks fan. You know they will not say Knickerbocker because of what it sounds like, and they feel it's offensive. I don't give a fuck. No one gives a fuck. It's fucking pants. That's how their uniform was. But it's so extra. Like I said, they're the reason why we know what cow's grass fed and what's not. Just put the steak on the fucking plate. If you don't like it, go be a vegan over there. Don't bother me with that bullshit. That's all it is bullshit.
Well, speaking of bullshit, since you decided that this episode is called Stop Being So Sensitive, we might as well move on into this topic right here. So, there's a growing debate over a Meek Mill song. I don't know why, but we'll get to that in a second. All right, you showed me the post that Kobe's wife left on his Instagram because she was upset, and I'm gonna read the lyrics best I can because I haven't heard the song. Anyway, there's a part in it that says, "This bitch I'm fucking always tell me that she love, but she ain't ever showed me. Yeah, if I ever lack, I'm going out with my chopper. It'd be another Kobe." I'm sure I butchered the hell out of that line, but
yeah, you're definitely no rapper. And see, here's the thing: when he said I'm going out with a chopper, here's where he can make everybody look dumb. Yeah, Kobe died in a helicopter. Chopper in the hood is also a gun. He could easily have a gun that's spray painted named Kobe. That's the thing now, get your guns looking all pretty and shit. So it's just like everybody's so quick to jump and send this to her. And she even said, I don't know who you are. I really don't know your music, but there's got to be a better way you can honor my husband. Sit your ass down. If you don't know shit, you don't need to say shit, husband or not. You made yourself.
I disagree with that part. Once you throw Kobe's name in it, she's entitled to say whatever she wants. That's his woman.
I disagree. You don't know that. I'll put it like this. She shouldn't have said, I don't know your music. For you to say that, you nullify what you're saying because now you just talking to be talking just because Kobe's name was in it.
I agree with that part. I agree with that
speak,
part.
You speak on Kobe, but you don't say, I don't know and I haven't really heard your music. Then that belittles what you're saying. So now you just talking because Kobe. Where was you at when Rick Ross did his record? He Stay Scheming. Rick Ross did a song, and they talked about when they were supposed to go get that divorce or whatever, and she was like, and everybody was like, "Oh, she wants half." What did Rick Ross say? She don't deserve half if she wasn't shooting with you in the gym. That bitch wasn't shooting with you in the gym. Where was the complaint at then? See what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I said this morning on Facebook, people talking.
But see, okay, stop with that Rick Ross lyric though. That's not really derogatory to Kobe though. Mentioning the chopper.
No, here's the thing.
Kobe,
it's not derogatory to Kobe, but it's derogatory to your wife and your marriage. Because you telling Kobe, fuck her, you keep it, fuck you, you get nothing. That's where it gets derogatory. You're literally getting in the vein and saying who deserves what. That's where the disrespect comes in on that line.
Yeah,
so
I feel that.
In his face, hey, she don't deserve what you got. You in here shooting. You in here doing this. All she was doing at home having your kids, raising them. That don't deserve half of what you done made. That's where he's derogatory on that bar. So it may not be as viral as the whole chopper comment, but at the same time, he ain't clarified. You don't know if he's talking about a gun. You know if he's talking about the helicopter itself. Because who gonna say they go die in the crash? Who does that? So it's silly. And we making this big to do about it. All you doing is giving him pub for an album that ain't gonna sell, attention that is really not gonna get, and he already done bitch stuff and back down.
That's what I was getting ready to say. The saying in the entertainment industry, even bad news is better than no news, because that's publicity. And he's got that publicity, and no matter how good or bad the song is, again, I haven't heard it, but no matter how bad or good the song is, there's at least 1% of the people that have not heard it that have run across this article, and what do? They're going to go out and listen to it.
See, here's the thing. No one's heard the song. This is how you know it's a setup. Only a snippet of the song got put out. So this could be a 3-4 minute song, and you pick that 30 seconds to put out. You tell me what he's trying to do.
He's trying to get that publicity.
Like I told my friend Morgan, he was like, "We're there better ways." I said, "Y'all forget. The music game is about selling records and making money. It ain't about making friends. Selling records, making money, not about making friends." So he put out what he put out. He's trying to sell records and make money. He ain't trying to make friends. That's all it is. Nothing more, nothing less.
Piece it together a little bit better. Think about this. When is the last time Meek had a hit?
His last CD, he had a hit, but it came and went real fast. That Heavyweight CD, because remember, he had just got out of jail. The owner of the 76ers helped get him out, Oh, he out.
Okay, now back out even further then. He just got out of jail. I'm pretty sure there's some legal fees and there's some money situations. So
we not going to assume I'm not going to say yeah or nay, because he knew some high up people, because even Robert Kraft was trying to help him.
But if somebody trying to help you, eventually you got to pay him back, or you got to get on your own feet.
I don't think he had to pay back in cash his political capital, because the judge overturned from what other judge was overzealous, because he was a established rapper. So his whole case situation was a big shit show, and he finally had somebody help him get out the shit. And then they went back and got on that judge. So I don't think any money transfer hands per se, but it'd be more of a favor for a favor type thing.
Gotcha.
Your political capital is high now. Hey, once you come to these dinners, shake some hands, take some pictures, and make my image that much higher. I think is what it boils down to on that. But the thing was, he just had a movie come out on HBO Max. Good movie. Charm City Kings. Good movie. He has a nice 60-70% role in the movie. Movie didn't do what he expected it to do to get his name out there in the chatter. Less than a month after the movie drops, now a snippet of the song comes out. Again, what do you think he's trying to do?
Yeah, you're
It's,
right.
but the
He's
thing is,
trying to create
you
that
want to
wave and ride it.
we want to be the first one to say something, point the finger, and say that quotable. Oh yeah, you got it right. We want to have that moment. We not paying attention to what's really going on. We just trying to be the. I did it first. I said it first. I said it first. Who gives a shit? What does that benefit? You know what I'm saying? Instead of being so willing to say what's first, how about you look first? Because you see what I did. I sent it to you at like it was like 3 something this morning. Glad you don't have your phone by you when you sleep. Cause I probably wake your ass up a couple times. You know, I just
I
see
actually
something.
make sure that my phone is set. It stays asleep until 5:45.
Okay. Because when I see something, I send it. Cause I know it's not it's not gonna affect you or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I'll
But
be at the gym. I'll be at the gym or on the track at 4 in the morning, but my phone still stays asleep until 5:45.
yeah, but you get what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
like I sent it to you, then I posted it on Facebook, went to sleep. Once I finally was able to go back to sleep, then I woke up with, well, I don't think you being sensitive. I don't think, So it's like I slept on it. I didn't even make no comment nothing. Far as I made a comment of why the sensitivity and left it at that. Because that was my first initial thought. I didn't go into that thought. I went to sleep. I wake up, there's like 3, 4 comments on it.
Yeah, you got a whole bunch of reaction on there now.
Then after that, motherfucking floodgates open. So many motherfuckers in their feelings, but like me and my homie Morgan was like, my friend Terrell. Well, we call Terrell. He said it perfectly. When are we gonna stop giving these rappers passes when they talk about shit all the time like this? Motherfuckers always referring to Kurt Cobain and other motherfuckers that done killed themselves, this, that, and the third, and saying they going out like this, that, and the third. Shit happens all the time. Well, because it's Kobe's wife, because Kobe, we can't do it. He was like, that don't make no sense. We give everybody else a pass. So why not? And this one guy was like, if it had been Kid Rock or somebody else who said it, everybody's reaction would be different. Motherfuckers probably let it go and wouldn't say nothing, but act like they didn't hear it. I was like, that's a good point. Then my homie Sean from college was like, did y'all forget this is rap? This is what it is. This is what it's gonna be. Now, then me and him both started reciting the lines from Hit 'Em Up. You don't know the song, that's why I fucked your bitch. So it's cool for me to say that about Faith. Hey, Biggie, I fucked your bitch. Yeah, you fat motherfucker. Then when he got to Mom D, then one of y'all got sickle cell or something. The nigga died from it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like
that's different though. That's Pac.
Or it's just like when Pusha T did his diss record and he got it Drake's producer. They made a 5-second, oh, I can't believe he said that. That was it. Or when Kanye dropped 30K for Pusha T's album cover to have been Whitney Houston's makeup room with all the drugs and shit out. Where was the complaining about that shit? Whitney ain't here to defend herself.
It was like 5 seconds of news press and then it was gone.
That's what I'm saying. So now you know, because it's cold, because the prodigal son, because what they say, he's the youngest athlete of his era to die in his prime. He wasn't in his prime. He already retired. His prime was 5 years gone. He was just another nigga working. What are you talking about his prime? That's what kills them. They try to title and put things in certain subject matter. That ain't it. That Kobe wasn't in his prime. He wasn't, he wasn't young. He was 40, 41 or whatever. Same age as me. And unfortunately, that was his time. So let it go. So here come Meek Mill.
I will say this though. It's Meek Mill. I mean, it's not like it's a Jay-Z lyric. It's not like it's a Ice Cube lyric or somebody. I don't want to say established because Meek is established, but
what you're saying is not the A-level talent.
Exactly. Thank you.
Is that, and something also, people need to look at it like this. Kobe died, 2 years ago?
Yes.
So he died his anniversary's
Well,
coming up.
no, it's only been a little over a year because it was in January. So
Okay.
we've just passed the 1 year.
So look at it like this. We had over 365 days of no reference at all of Kobe in comedy or in music far as his passing. Is that not enough? Because you know comedians are quick to want to make something funny or talk about something. And people in the music game, if they can say something in a hot way, they want to do it to impress people.
I'm glad you brought up comedy because that goes with the theme of this episode because people have been more and more sensitive over comedians the last few years than anybody. It's hard to be a comedian right now nowadays because anything you say will offend this person, that person, and then you can't put it in the skit no more. You can't put it in the show. And at some point we have to draw the line and say, look, it's a joke. Get over it.
Let me pull something up real quick.
Okay.
And I'm about to pull this up. And this is go, if I can find, because this right here, my homie Dathan, he like, we went to high school, he's like a brother to me. We've been boys since like 96. This right here perfectly sums up all this Kobe bullshit. He was like, rap is an art form, just like any art is interrupted differently by different people. Example, Corey Holcomb has been labeled a controversial comedian because of his shocking nature of his jokes. He was like, I went to his stand-up when he talked about side chicks, and abortions. He said the ones who didn't like it got up, left. The ones that didn't care stayed and laughed. That's what it boils down to. If you don't like it, turn the shit off. Go to something else. But if you just try to tell him he can't do this, he can't do that, that's bullshit. That's that's Meek's form of art, which he did in a trash way. The shit didn't rhyme, shit didn't make sense. But at the same time, ain't nobody heard the song. We just read the lyrics. He can say it in the song to where you don't even pay no attention, or it could sound hot. You don't know. And what's gonna be sad about it, motherfuckers go forget about this. Song come out in about 2 months. Watch that be a song everybody like. If he don't feel the pressure and take it off his album. If he feels the pressure to take it off his album, I'm gonna lose a little respect for him because it ain't that deep. It's not as bad as when motherfucking Nas did Ether and he started the song with a motherfucking gun going off. Talking about you talking shit, you? He was like, you love my shit. And then the song goes, fuck Jay-Z, and then he just go in. I was at a motherfucking concert when he performed that song. 30,000 fucking people that once said fuck Jay-Z. One of my friends that with me was like, but I like Jay-Z. I was like, you better not like him today. As a matter of fact, I was out at the amphitheater at Sandstone. Was it Verizon Amphitheater at that time on Bonner Springs? You know, they changed the name all the fucking time.
Didn't it used to be called Starlight?
I think it started at Starlight. The moment they changed names so many times. I don't even know if it's still open or not. I think it's used occasionally. But it was a concert I went to back when Stillmatic came out. And when Nas came out and performed that, because you know it's barely seen as just dirt or whatever, everybody in that motherfucker was like, fuck Jay-Z. And I felt the fucking ground like it was shaking. It got so fucking loud. But even that song, derogatory, hella disrespectful. Just because he didn't actually shoot Jay-Z, that softens the value of the song. That's the dumbest shit ever. Like I told my friend Tori, she was talking about, well, yeah, him just talking about what he want to do. He didn't actually do it. So it's cool to talk about step for step how you gonna kill your baby mama. And then Dre being like, I know we can bury that bitch. How is that even any better? You literally
I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit better because you know it's part of the art form. To talk about something that you fantasize about doing or want to do or wish to do, it's a little bit different than talking about something that's already been done.
How is it any better when you didn't give a blueprint? Because here's the thing.
Now, let me give you an example because I'm the movie guy. All right, I see The Rock in this movie and he's shooting his guns and he's killing all the bad guys. I want to be like The Rock. Does that mean I should shoot anybody that's bad? No, it's just a movie. It's fantasy.
Here's the
but
thing.
if Dwayne Johnson goes out and shoots somebody for no apparent reason, let's say he gets into an argument and shoots somebody, then it's wrong.
No, here's the thing where you're right, but you're wrong. Yeah, you see if you didn't do it, but we all know there's somebody out there that's not all there. They're gonna write down everything you say, and they're gonna follow that. May not be for your baby mama, but it'll be for theirs.
Then
And what
that's
do
their
they
fault.
say? But you giving them the guidance on what to do. You give them the direction because we're going off words and shit like that. You gave them the directions on what to do. They just adapted it for their area. No different. I was like, so you can't say one's worse than the other because we got some literal motherfuckers out here that follow shit step for step on what someone says to do. That's all. Just
Very
like
true.
motherfuckers when they was doing that, I'm like, y'all own one. Y'all are really on one right now. It was so crazy this morning, and this is where you'll laugh. I couldn't start doing the application till like 10 or 11 o'clock because my phone kept going off. I could ignore it, motherfuckers, but I was like, man, I felt, I guess, real talk, do all the just give me irritation and frustration. I think I needed that just to let the shit out. So I was just kind of like, Nick, I'm glad my phone is a touch screen because I might would have broke a button or two.
Wow. All right. So, yeah, right or wrong, good or bad, we are
Just,
fast becoming or have become a very overly sensitive nation. From the ability to just not like something and say, I'm going to sue, to I need you to stop doing this because I find it offensive. We do a little bit of that too much as a nation. And
it's and like then we get off this talking to Tim earlier, going back to the Jay-Z thing. He said he was at work debating with a dude because dude was mad because he wasn't praising Jay-Z for that business move.
why?
It was like, why is this nigga tripping? I said, because Jay-Z got clones out here that think everything he do is magic. But just like Elliot Wilson, respecting Rap Radar, would love to meet the high yellow nigga one day. He my journalist idol when it comes to hip hop. He posted about it. Some dude typed in the comments, but what did he do? And I was like, that's what I'm talking about right there. What did he really do? All he did, he put money in his pocket and he made his debt to income ratio better. That's all. That's all he did. But it's so. I really want to walk around. I need to go back to Price Chopper, go buy some Charmin, and walk around with a sign that asks who squeezed it for all you sensitive motherfuckers.
Okay.
That's the title of this episode. Don't squeeze the Charmin, you sensitive motherfuckers.
I guess my next topic is a little sensitive too. All right,
This
we
whole
talked
episode
about this.
sensitive. See, you started this shit with last week being sensitive. You said this whole domino effect.
Now, last week was different. Last week was on point. This is about people being overly sensitive.
You light
Let
skinned
Let's talk about an entire college football organization that's being overly sensitive. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish. They will not allow EA Sports to use its logo or branding until new rules that determine if athletes will be able to receive a cut of the game's profits are finalized. First of all, we don't know when this is going to happen or if it's going to happen. Second of all, as I said to you when you showed this to me, fuck Notre Dame. They haven't been relevant since what, the 80s or the 90s? So it don't matter. All EA Sports got to do is put out a team with blue jerseys and gold helmets and just keep it moving.
See, here's the thing. I thought like you too, my son. I thought like that. Then we had to do a deeper dive into it. I see it a whole different way now.
Hey, real quick, while you on that, I got to give a big shout out and congratulations to Tom Brady because he did become a grandfather a couple days ago. I guess Patrick Mahomes' girlfriend had their kid. So shout out to you, Tom.
I'm gonna ignore that and get ready for Dak Prescott to be your quarterback. So here's how I see it. What Notre Dame doing is kind of smart. Other teams should follow suit, other schools, because Notre Dame ain't been relevant since early 2000, since they had old boy from KU and it came from New England. So they had him at coach. The reason why Notre Dame isn't doing it, in my opinion, their football team has them financially strapped. Notre Dame is still paying hella coaches that have been fired in the past handful of years. And remember, these coaches was $1 million deals because they will be the next hot coach. So they paying them 2-3 mil a season. I think they still paying Ty Willingham, if I'm not mistaken. And how long ago was he?
It's been a minute.
Yeah. I think he left and basically he still had like 5 years on his deal when they ran him out. And they was oh boy, when he came here from Notre Dame, they showed him he's probably off the books now, but they owed him like 3-4 years. So I think Notre Dame, instead of getting behind on what they may have to dish out whenever, let's get these books right by paying all these coaches off. Because they owe at least, I'm gonna say 3 to 4 coaches. And each one of them coaches is probably 2 to 3 million each year. That's a lot of damn money. That's just like when Kansas City, when Romeo Cornell left, we were still paying him about $750K a year. I was happy as hell when he got a head coaching job, or no, it was either head coach or coordinator. When he signed with the Texans, we got him off our payroll. We had to pay him no more. I was happy as fuck when that happened. So I don't blame Notre Dame. Granted, like you said, Notre Dame ain't been shit for years, so who really cares? But I think on a financial aspect, that made sense for them because I don't know if they renewed their TV deal with NBC or if somebody else picked it up. So Notre Dame got some financial issues coming to where I wouldn't want to be on the hook for the unknown. So I don't blame them on that aspect.
Yeah, I mean,
I know you still like fuck them. I know, but I can't
remember I'm a USC fan.
I know
so
you like.
I'm always gonna say fuck Notre Dame. If you're too good to join a conference, we're too good to worry about you.
Like I said, you like cheaters. I don't,
if you're too good to join a conference, we're too good to worry about you.
Like I said, you like cheaters,
Has it been proven? Well, yeah, I guess it has been proven. Never mind.
Although I will agree,
I will say I still remember the names Matt Leinart and Reggie Bush. Name me 2 players from Notre Dame in the last 20 years. I'll wait. This is the awkward pause in the show, kids.
It's like I can see the faces. I ain't thinking of the name, but at the same time, I wasn't a Notre Dame fan. I didn't watch them. But what I will say though, did you watch I Am Athlete this week?
I watched it last night. I'm gonna get to Cam in just a minute.
I agree with Cam on saying greatest college football player, Tim Tebow. And I agree when they said number 2 was Reggie Bush.
Yeah.
I might want to put Vince in there if they do greatest quarterbacks. But as far as all around, I don't think anybody has done better than Tebow or Bush.
I'll give it to him on that. I didn't understand where Fred was coming from with Percy Harvin.
Oh yeah, Percy was a beast in college. Percy was.
But was he that good?
Yes. You could give Percy the ball. Say you on the 15, you throw him the ball.
Or no, Fred didn't say it was Percy Harvin. I think it was.
He said Percy.
No, I think he said it was. Who was the other guy? P-Dub.
Well, Peter Ward, but they said Percy over Ward.
Oh, okay.
Now, Peter Ward is the one I've been a Florida State fan. Peter Ward was a bad boy. I never realized it was his knee that took him out of the league out of Cincy. But I don't know if I put him over there with Harvin. Like I said, you could be on the 15, put Percy at the running back spot, give him the ball at the goal line. Somehow he go get through one touch and get a touchdown. And you go sit there and be like, did I really just fucking see that? But at the same time, Reggie Bush is the same way. So it's like, I would always keep Tebow number 1 because he won multiple Heisman, multiple championships. But 2 and 3, Percy and Bush, you can flip-flop. You could easily flip-flop them too. It's just migraines, just like with Terrell Davis. Migraines all said and done took Terrell Davis out the NFL. So you don't know how much better Terrell Davis could have been. Migraines took Percy Harvin out the league. we don't know how much better he could have been. The issue with Percy Harvin, though, like with Cordell Stewart and a lot of other gadget type players.
Now, I think Terrell went out the league because of his knees. He had migraines in the middle of his career, but he got them braces and he took care of that.
Now, he still had them. The migraines still, they wasn't as bad, but he still had them. So I think at some point, you get hit hard enough, that shit's going to come back.
Oh, yeah.
I think he probably was a hit away. What I did know, I was watching something with Shannon Sharp talking about his brother. I didn't realize Sterling was a hit away from being paralyzed.
You ain't never see that big old scar on Sterling's neck?
No, I ain't. No.
Man, that's a huge ass scar going down the back of Sterling's neck. It wasn't just a hit away. If he got hit the way he got hit any differently, it would have happened. Right there on the field.
If he took one more jarring hit coming across that middle, he'd be in a wheelchair. And that's why he was like, he done playing. And then that made me wonder, because people don't really talk about Sterling Sharp. Had he played with the consistency, everything he was doing, would he be number 2 to Jerry, or would he be better than Jerry? Because they basically eye to eye with each other before the injury.
He would have been behind him still. They wasn't quite eye to eye. Sterling was that prototypical receiver, though. He was big and he was fast, but he was not elusive. Once you got in that zone where he was at, you could lay that hit on him. That's why that hit almost took him out.
That was a motherfucking hit he took too. So would you say basically Jerry would have him on yards but not catches, maybe? Far as when they would be back to back of each other.
Remember, we didn't even start using the term yak until Jerry Rice was in the league. So it's kind of an unfair statement because more times than none, when Jerry got the ball, he was going to take it to the house.
That's what I said.
You don't need a lot of receptions if you're always in the end zone.
Nah, I mean, Jerry still had a shitload of receptions. That's what I'm just like, would he be on Jerry's back far as catches and touchdowns, but not yards?
Yeah, he'd definitely be on Jerry's back on catches. And I would probably say I agree with you on touchdowns too, because he had Favre. And Favre was a gunslinger. Favre was going to get it to him.
Because I think if he'd have still been there, Favre probably never would have left Green Bay. Because they probably would have left out together.
Yeah.
I could easily see that. And I look at it like, if Sterling would have kept doing what he was doing, he'd probably be the legit number 2, and Randy and T.O. would be fighting for 3 and 4.
I can see that.
Yeah, but it just gave me listening to Shannon's talk to where, and I give Shannon props. Because how many niggas gonna say, if God would have came to me, I'd have told him, take my career, give my brother his. How many gonna say that?
I can count them on one finger. Maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, I ain't doing it.
I can't say I would.
Love my brothers to death. But if it's my time, it's my time. And sorry, you had yours. I'll take care of you though, but you had yours.
So back to our good friend Cam, who although he had to tone down, he was still looking like a Darth Vader Park Ranger last night. But
hey,
he got his own style. I'll give him that.
He's from Atlanta, Georgia.
I don't know nobody from Georgia that dress like that.
Depending on where you go.
Anyway, I want to touch on a couple things with Cam. When he talked about going back to New England, how much do you believe that he really would go back to New England, and how much do you believe that I'm campaigning to see if anybody else picks me up?
His interview was very transparent. I believe him when he outright said, what other option did I have last season? Because that's one thing I'm starting to hate about Brandon Marshall. He's trying to be the black Skip with the devil's advocate. What about he's trying to pull.
But that's his job. He as the moderator, that's kind of his job. He's gotta be the devil's advocate sometimes.
He needs to find a better way to do it. It's just like the way he's doing it, I guess there's no.
And I want to give a shout out to Brandon Marshall because he really does do that well on first things first. Because I can't stand Nick Wright. Okay, continue.
He got to find a more tactful way to do it. But when Cam let it be known, I went to New England. I had no options last season. Where else was I gonna go? That let you know he wasn't for the shits. He was there to talk. And considering no OTAs, no training, no none of that, he still threw for things right at or over 3,000. How? You know what I'm saying? Well, what he had, how?
Yeah, because they got some trash ass receivers in New England.
Exactly. Chad said it. You don't have that safety valve that hurt you. And then he was like, after the COVID, that hurt you. But what surprised me is when Cam made the comment, I'm not a rah-rah type person. So that's how they are in New England. I'm more subdued and laid back. He's not in that Patriot way mindset. And that's something, if it's not you, you got to learn it. So now he done learned it. He knows how to speak it for next season. Where I give him credit, you see, he didn't touch a Julian Edelman. He didn't touch it at all. When they said how he played maybe 3 games, you see they went to Cam, he said nothing. Remember I told you Edelman was on that bullshit.
Yeah, he's playing the game the way it should be played because, again, just like last season, what other options does he have? And at the same time, what other options does Belichick really have? I would resign him. But does
Belichick
he
got options to do whatever he wants because he got so much cachet with the team. Kraft, no, he can't fire Belichick no time soon. Belichick got to get him like 3-4 losing seasons, no playoff implication at all, before Kraft can say we might need to make a move.
Here's the thing:
gave him too many rings.
If Kraft, within the next 5-10 seasons, were to fire Belichick, I don't care what the records are in the AFC East, Miami, New York, or Buffalo will pick him up. I don't care if one of those two.
Yeah, but the thing is, his tenure is right now is like he's going up against the Steelers right now. Kraft is not Kraft, but your boy Belichick, to be known as the greatest coach of all time. It's like Popovich. He's going up against the ghost of Red Auerbach and Phil Jackson to be known as the greatest coach of all time with rings and tenure. So it ain't about what happens after the fact. He's trying to finish strong where he is so that his legacy is cemented, even though it's already cemented. But like Nelly said, who remembers the first runner-up? You know what I'm saying? You want to be that guy.
Yeah, I'm glad you said it's almost cemented. I think it would have stayed cemented had it not been for Tampa Bay going all the way. Because we started off last season with the Brady versus Belichick, who's going to get back first. Didn't think either one of them would get back this year, but it happened. And because it happened, now everybody's leaning more on Brady's the GOAT of all time. And Belichick had a little bit to do with it.
No, Belichick should do well, yeah, as far as in New England, but the NFL set that story. I saw it this past week, I think, on NFL Network. Can Brady go back? Can he do it again? If he doesn't do it again, it doesn't matter because look at what Brady did. Look at the GOATs that he beat. He beat Drew Brees, who's possibly on his way out. He beat, in his prime, Aaron Rodgers, and he beat the baby GOAT, Patrick Mahomes. Who's left for him to handle? All about stories, all about storylines. And that makes Brady like the greatest quarterback of all time. Because the first thing they're going to say, listen, first thing they're going to say is, what quarterback in the playoffs went through this many golden arms to win a ring?
And I get that, and I hate that because, first of all, when are any of those quarterbacks ever on the field at the same time?
It don't matter. That's a mute point because you know how the game's played. The game's been played how it's played.
Yeah, but
they're going to say it is
Brady didn't beat him.
Yes, he did in their eyes.
In their eyes,
all said and done,
right there, you made the point. In their eyes,
but that's all that matters because the same way they see that, how they see your team, my team, everybody. When it's all said and done, the critics that got to get the voting all the other type shit, that's how they're gonna see it. Because that right there, that extra feather in the hat knocks Peyton down to his knees, comparing him to Brady. There's always Peyton Brady, Peyton Brady. You know what they're gonna say? Oh yeah, Peyton got 2 rings, but did Peyton go through his arms to get one? No, he didn't. So therefore, Peyton, you're not on the level of Brady. Because what Peyton had over Brady, went to Denver, had 2 masterful seasons of stats. Third year, got a ring, rolled to the sunset. Brady goes to Tampa, does it in 1 season. Even though he ain't had the stats that Peyton had, somebody still led the league in pass. I still don't know how the fuck that happened.
By the way, here's the deal. And this is why I call bullshit when the press and the NFL says all that. In the Super Bowl, Brady put up 205 yards.
No, it was 196.
Was it 196?
Yeah, he ain't hit 200. Sorry, bitch.
It was only 199 against Green Bay.
Yeah.
So he ain't really done nothing.
But here's the thing. They're going to say he did what he needed to do because the running game and defense did the rest. As I said, when I was watching about a week after the Super Bowl, and it was on NFL Network, they were talking about Brady coming back, and they were talking about Leonard Fournette. They said, yeah, because of Fournette finally stepping up, when they wasn't going to put him on the playoff roster, he gave them what they needed to get them past Green Bay and to get them past Kansas City, to where Brady only averaged 200 yards to win the games because he needed to do more because Fournette was ready. Really? So that's what we're doing? It's like Brady, when his number got called, he did everything he needed. Remember, Peyton did what he needed, but what did they say? The defense got Peyton that Super Bowl. Peyton didn't do anything. Last time I checked, the defense tore up our offensive line, and our offense was null and void, and that's really why Tampa won. Tampa has 2 rings in life. Both rings are because of their defense, not their offense. Because the first one, Brad Johnson threw for like 120 yards.
Let me back you up right. Let me back you up right there, partner. That first one wasn't because of their defense. It was because their head coach knew the offense because he created it for the other team.
What was it? Yeah, and I was trying to say, but I didn't want you to relive that bad memory.
It just shot me through the heart.
Charlie was like, y'all, they changed shit. He was just like, at the wrong time, they changed up shit. He looking at the coach like, what are you doing? So he said that game was doomed from the beginning. I hate to see Woodson go through such horror. I hate to see that he went through that.
That's why I'm glad he went to Green Bay, said, hey, let me get this ring, and then I'll come back and close it on out.
So I'm going to ask you about that. How do you feel if he decides to go in as a dual player?
I don't have a problem with that because, you can't discredit his time in Green Bay. I mean, after all, the man won a championship there.
I'm just saying, some do that,
If Marcus Allen wanted to go in as both, if Joe Montana wanted to go in as a Chief and a 49er, I got no problem with that. If Rich Gannon made it to the Hall of Fame and he said he wanted to go in as both, I'd have no problem with that.
Rich Gannon's never going to the Hall of Fame.
Well, that's true, but
he
still.
got so many damn teams on his belt. But Montana ain't got the heart for that. And Marcus, much props on that. Tony Gonzalez, you can kiss my ass still. Because you act like you did more in Atlanta than you did in Kansas City. That's why you didn't get no ring, you sorry bitch.
Okay. Closing out Cam here. What about that altercation at his football camp? I found it kind of funny. I really did. Because I think Cam let it go much too long.
It's not even on Cam. It's sad. Mike and Mike. Was it Mike and Mike?
No, it ain't no Mike and Mike no more.
No, brother from another mother on Peacock. It's like they said, what happened before that we didn't see? We didn't see the before. So that right there is my first problem. I need to see the before if I really put judgment on anything. But overall, Cam wasn't wrong. That dude was. Where's his parents? Where's his home training? These kids now think they can say whatever, whoever, to however, with no fault or liability behind it. As got reminded, there's fault and liability behind that. To where, Mike Smith made a good ass comment where he was like, if this dude's in high school, this is gonna follow him from here on out his career. He's now tied to Cam because of that. He's like, the only thing Cam probably should have did was pull him to the side. He's like, but I was like, that's all. He was like, when Cam was asking where's his dad at or his parent, it was like Cam wanted to talk to the parent, but it was like the people around should have got to him before Cam even did. They're like, that's the biggest problem. Where are the other adults at? And you at Cam's camp of all things. And they was like, you need to
that's highly
respect
disrespectful.
Yeah. And they're like, and they gave Cam props when I sent him home. Because a lot of people in the NFL was like, I'll just send his ass home. I'll send his ass home. And
That's where I was at on it.
But here's the thing, though. You don't know what you're sending him home to. This could be his way out of his situation. So he needed to be there. Just the problem is, because his situation more than likely, he probably talks freely at home because there's no one to talk back. Or it could be parent raising child, child raising parent. I mean, just think about it. We got a lot of motherfuckers that are 40 and they son or daughter is like 21. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like,
now you know what? Wouldn't it be ironic? Let's say the kid's a junior or a senior in high school and he goes to college for 2 or 3 years. Wouldn't it be ironic in 4 years if he gets drafted by a team and he's going to be catching passes from a one Cam Newton?
Well, this bad ass ain't catching nothing. He usually a lineman, so he ain't catching shit. But problem is, when I looked at the I Am Athlete and Cam said he 250, remember I told you, if Cam would have did the drill and knocked his block off, Cam 250, that little dude's maybe 80 to 100 pounds. He would have killed that little boy.
I know.
I'm glad he didn't go that route. Because I've seen Cam's where they be like, oh, you want to talk shit? Your boy MJ done did it. Little dude's talking trash in basketball, Cam, and MJ like, all right, we go bet the sneakers you get at the end of camp. And MJ whacks him 15-0. Knowing that freshman couldn't hold him or whatever. And he done took the little boy's shoes. I mean, he probably ended up giving to him anyway.
Lesson learned, though.
What I'm saying.
Lesson learned, though.
Yeah, but that's I'm like, hey, Cam did that to that dude. We be talking about funeral services right now.
True. I seen Cam knock linebackers back, so that little dude, he wouldn't have had a chance.
That's what I'm saying. I'm glad Cam didn't go that route. My biggest problem is and I kind of sound like my mom on this, because she get on me about my daughters and they cell phone, how they always got them in their hand. Why you got your phone in your hand? You at this camp? Man, if I could have went to a Derek Thomas or a Kevin Ross, Albert Lewis camp back, or even Neil bitch ass Smith camp, I wouldn't have had no cell phone in my hand, because I'd have been trying to learn and be just like, look where I am. Let me get on TV with one of these motherfuckers. Mom, look at me.
Bro, back up for a second. Back up for a second. What you got against Neil Smith?
Where did his bitch ass go?
I know he went to Denver.
Like he just spent his whole damn career and tried to shit on us.
Again,
want to come back.
It's the same situation I feel about Charles Woodson. He went to a better situation and he won a title. Actually, he won 2.
Yeah,
I can't fault him for it.
He only won one that second year. He ain't fucking played, and they cut him the 3rd year. Neil Smith went there acting like we wasn't good enough for him because we didn't want to pay him an astronomical amount of money. Dude, you was trash. You only look good because of Derek Thomas. You take DT and Dan Silent out the picture, you're trash. Point in saying, your restaurant was better than your career.
Damn.
Put it to you like that.
Damn. I hope you don't feel the same way about Rich Gannon, because he chose to, go to the
Rich Gannon got fucked by Carl Peterson, so we got a long line of players that got fucked by Carl Peterson.
And Marty. Because when y'all 11-3, There is no reason to start Elvis Gerback. No reason.
See, that's always gonna be a blurred line in sports. Do you get somebody back their position, or do you ride with the hot hand?
You
That's
ride with
always
the
gonna
hot
be a
hand.
blurred line.
Coaching 101. You ride with the hot hand.
I mean, if you look in New England, that's the way to go.
Exactly.
Then if you look at
Cam said it.
look at Drew Bledsoe, you say, what if? To where his Super Bowl ring is on his desk, missing a diamond, and he don't care. Because that ring has no value to him because he was hurt on the bench when they won it. So it's just like eyes of the beholder.
I guess so. All right, so let's talk about another great athlete here real quick as we start to wind things down. Bro, when you sent me this, I had mixed emotions because I read the whole article. Primetime got robbed. So Jackson State, they won their game. They actually thumped their opponent 53-0, but that's a whole
Why
nother
was they
story.
playing football already? That threw me off that they had games already.
Early spring drill, that's all it is. That's all.
Oh, so that was just like an exhibition game then.
Yeah, trust me, it ain't showtime yet. But here's the thing.
There's a lot of promise though.
Yeah, it is. That when you play for the man, you better play hard. I'm gonna put it out there like that. But I guess Deion got robbed. I guess they stole his stuff out of the coach's locker.
Coach's office, yeah.
Yeah, out of the office, and it got recovered, which is a fancy term for saying we caught who it was, but we didn't have proof, but we got the stuff back. I see a couple problems here, because whoever took that, they was gonna part it out for some cash. Because sports
assistant did it.
Was it an assistant? I thought it was an assistant that caught him.
Coach's assistant did it. Oh, was it the okay? I saw the coach's assistant. I never saw what else. But see, here's the thing, and tell me how you feel about this. Stephen A., who I'm starting to lose a little respect for, says how black colleges are struggling to get a name like Deion, and what he can do is amazing. But Deion should have kept that in-house because it gives a black mark on black colleges. It was on Twitter before Deion even spoke. Before he even went to the press, it was already out there in social media.
Which means somebody was going to ask him about it. Yeah.
Exactly. So how you go put that on him like he should have said nothing? Y'all literally stole my shit. I thought that was real asinine. First,
yeah.
That radio that I don't know. Did you see the radio?
Oh yes, I did.
Yeah, that's that bum box. I want $350. I'd be mad about that too. But he was like sentimental about it. He didn't care about the price. Fuck that, Deion. That bitch ain't cheap. So he got that back. That was the first strike. Then this one, like he said, glad I have a chains on. They took everything else. First, Deion, you're not 20. Stop wearing all that jewelry. But at the same time, you earn the right to wear what you want, how you want. And sadly,
yeah, remember, when the chains come on, he's no longer Deion. He's Prime.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Jacksonville, well, not Jacksonville, but Jackson has to step to Prime. Prime doesn't have to step to Jackson, and Jackson doesn't want to step to Prime. And that's the problem. That city needs to adapt to him. He ain't got to adapt to them because he can easily pick up and go back to Texas. You there. So if you want him to stay, you need to get to his level, and them country motherfuckers don't like that attention. He's too flamboyant. He's too flashy. I don't think they really want him there. I bet if you ask outside of the school, no one's team Deion. They probably just like, well, they hired him. We got to stomach this, which sucks, which is dumb, but that's how they feel, I'm sure. So it's like, I feel bad for him because they're trying to force him out. He said, I ain't going nowhere. But I think he's only going to take it for so long.
Yeah. I think that Jackson State's going to have a lot of success. And I think that's just going to be a stepping stone anyway for Deion. So.
Yeah, without a doubt. He's going to get him about 7 years and he's moving on. He's going to be at Florida State.
I don't even think it's going to go 7. I think 5. At the most.
We in 2021. Before this decade's up, before 2030, he's going to be at Florida State. Without a doubt.
I can't argue with
you. If
not
not Florida State, he's going to be in Atlanta. He's going to be a Falcons coach. He's going to be in one of the two by the end of this decade.
You might be right. All
Because
right.
I'll say it like this: if Jackson don't get their shit together, Jackson State, he leave, them recruits leave too. He gave
Yes.
y'all first #1 recruiting class for transfers from coming from JUCOs. He got all the ballers that's supposed to go to other schools that will probably be starting, and y'all fucking them over. Wake the fuck up, because MU would love to have Dion. We love to have him. Hey, Dion, matter of fact, you can come right now. I'll help move these motherfuckers out so you can take their job.
See, you hit it right on the head. Think about this. We'll say little Jimmy, he's in the top 100 in the nation at whatever position. And we just talked about Notre Dame at the top of the show. Notre Dame says, hey, come play under the dome. We're Notre Dame. You may not start this year, but there's a chance you could start next year. Prime taps him on the shoulder, says, you know, we smaller, but I guarantee you, you're going to get to play. What is a kid going to do? I don't know any kid in the world that wants to sit on the sidelines and not be seen. They want to play because they feel like they can put their name out there and it can move up for them. I'm going to play for Jackson State because I know that some scout somewhere is going to be watching because Dion is the coach.
And it's not even that. Here's the big thing. You're on IG, you're on Facebook. You follow Dion on IG, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe I do. I got so many people on there. So many people following me. That's a joke, by the way.
Hey, you're a living legend. You know, you're a treasure, and we need to appreciate you more. But it's like with Dion, he's known. You see him. He has a presence on social media. Notre Dame doesn't. That's nothing. You got a coach that, yeah, they don't realize he played, but once they see him on TV, they see him on social, where then they go look it up. Oh, he was the NFL Network top 5. Oh, he's #1. So it's just he has notoriety because he's one of the few vet players that's kept himself socially active to where it's true to him, it's not an act. So therefore, you're going to want to play for him versus playing for a school that ain't active at all. And that's where they make the mistake at. You know, they like, oh, we don't know what we're going to do. That's why he can come to MU right now, because people know who he is. He has a face. He has name recognition.
Yes.
That's all it takes. I guarantee you, you put him in a room, you put Notre Dame in a room, and he's on one side and Notre Dame on another. Here's Deion Sanders. Here's Notre Dame. Go to the one you know. Everybody's probably going to go to Deion because what does Notre Dame have on social media?
Nothing.
Exactly. If it ain't a highlight, it ain't happening. Just like right now, if you're young, you're on social media, you play basketball. You right now probably don't know about Michigan State because of how they're playing. You know about Michigan because Juwan Howard got them boys killing. As you learn about Michigan, you learn about the Fab Five and everything. So it's all the domino effect or whatever. You learn about Deion, you learn best corner to ever play the game, and I say about 85, 90% of the minds of NFL fans and just NFL players.
Yes.
You see that. You see he was just on NFL Network. You see he got to deal with Barstool to where they basically gave him the NFL to cover his damn self. Who ain't going to want to play for that? Because like you said, you'll get attention. People will be looking that you don't know who's looking. I can only imagine by, let's say, December, how many coaches would have came to Deion and be like, hey, so who you got here that you think's the NFL prospect? It's going to go back to how it was for Coach Rob with Grambling. Because I saw in the 80s and 90s, Coach Rob had at least 2 players get drafted every other draft into the NFL. Deion's about to have that same thing with Jackson State if these motherfuckers stop robbing him and let him do what he came to do.
Yes.
It's like sometimes somebody's bigger than what they are. Like me, when I was at Mo West, I was bigger than St. Joe. I knew it, but I stayed just because. Deion's bigger than Jackson State. And he knows it, and Jackson State knows it. They just need to meet eye to eye to make it work. He's trying to. They being resistant. If they keep it up, you go treat them like Kroenke did St. Louis. You go pack up that truck and leave in the middle of the night.
Yep. All right. I want to close it out, but I got one more thing here just to touch on. This broke maybe an hour before we started to record. Tiger Woods. Tiger suffered multiple leg injuries and is in surgery, or at the time he was in surgery, after an apparent one-car vehicle rollover. So I guess Tiger rolled his car or truck or whatever he drives and got injured. I think the last thing that came through on ESPN said that they don't suspect the injuries are severe, but you know,
I read they were talking about 2 broken legs.
yeah, well, to a doctor that's not severe, but you know, it's gone. It's gone.
Well, 2 broken legs. And I didn't realize he had back surgery.
A couple days ago.
Some last month.
Yeah.
So my only fear is, and they said it was like 7 this morning. I pray to God that Tiger wasn't drinking. I don't want that black mark on his name again.
Yeah, because he had just gotten that kind of stuff behind him. I know we had that documentary.
How about I was wrong? They said he had nothing to do with the documentary. I thought he did. I swear he did some interviews.
Yeah, but still, he's got that behind him. He can you know, start to focus on healing his back and getting back out there and playing golf. From what I heard, because of the back, it probably would have kept him out of the Masters, but he would have been ready for the next big event. And this is generally going to set him back severely.
My season's done. It's next season with Tiger. I think honestly with Tiger, I'm gonna say he probably had some medicine in him, probably made him tired. And it was just an honest mistake. I don't think it was anything malicious on his part. That's what I'm gonna chalk it up to. At the same time, I give Tiger props. You got all that money you driving yourself, and that was your tournament thing that's going on. Where your motherfucking driver at, Tiger? Act like the rich nigga that you are and get you a driver and be like, fuck y'all, I got a driver. But it's just, but it's one of the things to where I ask you this: Tiger and Serena, will they catch the ghosts that they're chasing, or they gonna fall short?
Man, the way Serena played last week, and I hope that don't keep up. I'm gonna need her to, you know, it's almost like she wasn't focused. I understand she's all about that family now, but she needs to get that, what's that Rocky quote, the eye of the tiger back, because she has the best chance of doing it.
I think she was hurt too, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
but
Serena,
I think they both roughly need 3 or 4 more titles, and they got all-time records.
Yes. She has the best chance. If you look at the field in golf right nowadays, I mean, the deck is stacked against Tiger. He's gonna have to channel his old Tiger energies like crazy in order to beat the field that's out there now. Nowadays, these guys are bigger, stronger, faster. They can knock it. He can knock it 300 yards. They can knock it 325. You know, how do you compete with that?
Yeah, just when you got your putting game got to be strong.
Yeah.
But honestly, though, people will say I'm a hater. Appreciate that all the time. I don't look at the comments or whatever you do. I don't think either one of them go get it, and they both go fall short.
That's why you gotta always come out the gate like Jordan. Get your 6 now, and don't worry about losing any. And then you always have the GOAT status.
Jordan should have got 8, but he wanted to be gambling and running from David Stern. I don't want to hear that shit. At least got 7. Take your year suspension and get 7 out of 8. Jordan. Now then again, that made Brady try to get 8 rings. So, but now that's one of the things to where I think Tiger. I think they both may get 1 more. I'll give Serena a 60-40 chance, and I give Tiger an 80-20 chance. And I mean 20 being he possibly will, and 80 saying he won't. Serena, I give her 60 that she may, 40 that she won't win one more. But I think after that, it's over. If Tiger don't win at least one more in the next 2 years, he's done. Hang it up. It's over.
Yeah, Tiger has to win some of these smaller tournaments in order to get his confidence to win a major.
Man, fuck them smaller tournaments. That's for little people. Let
Yeah,
Vernon
but if you can't beat Little Sisters of the Poor, how are you gonna go up against the big dogs?
Hey, ask Big Shot Bob. He didn't do shit versus the Knicks, but he'll bust ass versus Sacramento. Don't matter.
That
Man,
hurts you, don't it?
I'm trying to be. We're winning now. We're 14 and 16, but we're in the playoffs right now, and I'm happy to see that the Dallas Mavericks. And shout out to Phil Jackson because I have to apologize. Phil, I called y'all kind of bad names when you let the white unicorn go to Dallas. But to see that Dallas is trying to trade him away now lets me know that you saw something I didn't see, and the white unicorn never lived up to the hype. So Phil, welcome back to the Knicks fan club. Still don't like your bitch ass, but welcome back. White unicorn, you're trash. Go back overseas where you belong.
All righty then. On that note, we are gonna shut it down. For everybody that's watching this on YouTube, and I might see if I can.
What about to shut it down? Oh, we got one more. We got one more.
Okay, run it for me real quick. I was getting ready to say run it back, but that kind of haunts you, doesn't it?
You know what? You ain't shit for you. Hey, you know what? You get. I'm proud of you. You getting your jabs in right now because you coming up a straight flush. But hey, do what you got to do. I thought we was gonna talk about it's been 5 years.
That's correct. That is correct. Congratulations to us. We busy congratulating other people. Fuck them right now. Congratulations to us. Because we've been doing this for a while. For a lot of people that don't know, we had an original podcast called From Our Point of View. And it popped up, what was it, Friday or Saturday on my Facebook thing? It was the 5-year anniversary. I'm like, damn, has it been 5 years that we've been talking smack in the public eye? Apparently so. So, hey, now granted, I believe that only ran 23 episodes.
Yeah.
But so we done already doubled up on that over in here. Because this is number 47 right here. So we smashing records this year.
So my question to you, I'll speak after you. What thoughts, dislikes, what you like better now compared to that? Because that first one was a little choppy, a little rough.
So first of all, that was patchwork. That was very patchwork. We did not have the technology that we have. There was no Zoom. So I'm saying what I need to say. You say what you need to say. I had to edit that together and make it seem like, oh, we having a good ass conversation when we really, connected via telephone and can't see our reactions simultaneously. It was very, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't even think there's a word to describe it. Just the very fact that we were able to do that for 23 episodes means that, we put in some serious work. I wouldn't go back to it though. Not now that we got this Zoom technology here, that's for sure.
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna get to that one. Got a thing on Tiger. Woods was in a lone 2021 Genesis GV80 luxury SUV. Need to look that up, see what that is. That sounds fancy.
It's not.
He was wearing a seatbelt. He seemed lucid and stayed calm, but could not stand because of injuries. He was kind of stable condition with serious injuries where responders reached him. Jaws of life, and everything. There was no evidence of immediate evidence of impairment at the scene. That's beautiful. No evidence of skin marks. It appeared that Wood first contacted the center median before hitting the curve and tree. Him in fucking trees. The vehicle bleeds there rolled several times. No other cars involved. He had a chopper at the scene. Shout out to Kobe. That's how Meek Mill fucking sound. Okay, so I'm not really seeing anything to saying that foul play or anything. They gonna drag this out for a minute. But getting back to the question at hand, I'm about to be so truthful right now. I hated that fucking show. I hated it with a passion. I love working with you. I love the fun we had with Neil, but I hated that fucking show because the technology there, and I knew I've been a part of 2 shows. Both of them had the essence to be great. It was this one, when we did Point of View, and the ones I did, Few Guys with Opinion. Both of them was lightning in the bottle. This one wasn't not in the same city. We couldn't connect, couldn't do, we couldn't make it work. You did a damn good job what you was able to do, but all said and done, so much was on the cutting floor to where I think it killed the essence of the show. Because if you watched this or heard us live, it was a motherfucking riot. It was, it was
Right.
great. I think I gave better sound bites than what I do now. I think I'm a little bit more mature and wiser now. I'm just not as ignorant, one of the two. But it was a whole nother vibe. Then when I did the one with the fellas, the 5-man panel, that one was we couldn't find a location where we all could be at once. And so that kind of killed that. But like we did it, I enjoyed it. And I kept doing it because of you. It's like if it wasn't for you, I would have been like, I can't at the 5, like I'm done, I'm gone. But if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have did it. I'm gonna be straight honest with you. Because you my homie, you my big bro. I was like, I'm gonna keep rocking this with Richard. Cause we was having fun doing it. It's just we talk about so much going on. There was no way you could chop it and keep it to where it was consistent. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And just I couldn't help because one, I don't have the technology, and I was ignorant on how to do it, and we not in the same zip code to make it happen.
I mean, for people that don't know how that worked, we literally had to film ourselves during a telephone conversation.
Dropbox.
Yes, and Dropbox the footage. And then once I got your footage and my footage together and edited, and if Nelson or Ben was on there, I'd have to edit them in too. So it was like, so I've got to I'm asking a question, then I've got to cut it, then I've got to insert Kevin's answer, then I got to cut it, then I got to insert my next question. Man, it was nightmare.
It was equivalent of you got the police, all this shredded paper. See if we can put this back together, see what it is. What the? And I felt so bad, but you were so passionate about it. I was like, I can't leave my bro high and dry. I got to ride this shit out. As many times I told Jody, I was like, I had fun, but it's going to suck. And then my laptop would take forever to translate things over to Dropbox to send it. Remember, you would never get it till the next morning.
Right. That was crazy.
But is it me, or did it seem like the technology we needed came when we stopped?
Yeah, pretty much.
Then like the following year, here's Zoom, or I know about Zoom, but here's Skype, here's Google. This, I was like, where was this shit with me? And it just, I think me and you both were so fed up with it. We were just like, we never verbalized anything. But it's like if something's meant to be, it happens.
Think about this.
Happens. We back where we was, and like you said, I don't even feel like we did 40 episodes already.
No, I don't. Think about this though. This is episode number 47 right here. Mm-hmm. If we had Zoom technology 5 years ago, think about how many episodes we would have put out by now.
Think about how much further ahead we would be.
Exactly.
That's what makes it even crazier.
By the way, answer your question from a few minutes ago about the Genesis. All right, you know how Dodge used to have a truck called Ram, and they broke off into their own division, so they're Ram trucks.
Mhm.
The Genesis is the Hyundai.
Wow.
It's the Hyundai SUV, not to be confused with their car, the Hyundai Genesis.
Okay. That I no said right there. Then that
That's why that golf tournament used to be called the Hyundai Classic, and now it's the Genesis Classic.
since Sega wasn't involved, they took Tiger out. Damn. Where Jim Carrey at? Because he might have did it. You know,
All right. You got anything else before we go out?
Nah, I don't. I'm glad we recorded. I needed this. Feel my shoulders a little bit lighter. I think I needed to laugh and just get some shit off my back. I'm good. I look forward to next week when we do another one.
Yes, sir. And again, big congratulations to Brittany, Mahomes, and dad, and his dad, Tom Brady. You know, Tom, you're a grandfather. So young, and you're a grandfather.
And like I said, congratulations to y'all when y'all get Dak, or if y'all get Watson. You know, 'cause
You
I
do
heard
you do realize that we've already came out and said that Carr is our guy going into the next season.
until that snap happens with John Gruden as your coach, anything can happen.
Gruden is actually the one that said it because the
Until
Colts, the
happens.
Indianapolis Colts approached us last week about Carr. And we were like, we'll give you the backup, but Carr's not for sale.
Until that snap happens, I guarantee you, if they knew they could get Watson, Carr would have been on that boat up out of there.
I want you to think about this. Think about this. You said Brady outdueled 3 quarterbacks on the way to his last title. One of them was Drew Brees, Brady himself, and there was another quarterback that was in the playoffs. Not Mahomes, but I can't remember who it is at the time, and it wasn't Aaron Rodgers. Do you know, out of all the quarterbacks in the league, Derek Carr has just as many or more yards than everybody except for Aaron Rodgers last year. So I'm not really worried about losing Derek Carr. He ain't going nowhere.
I like
Nowhere.
I like your innocence in that. I like your support of Derek Carr. I don't want to see Derek Carr leave. I don't want to lose the whipping boy. But you know.
But it turned out he wasn't the whipping boy this year. He was the one guy that beat the Chiefs. And no, I don't count the Chargers because you didn't play your starters. All right. Yeah, here it is. Here's the stat. Only 2 quarterbacks have thrown for 4,000 yards with 10 or fewer interceptions in the last 3 seasons. Aaron Rodgers and Derek Carr. Period. Can't add anybody else to that. Can't add anybody else to that. I'm sorry, what?
Mahomes don't have 10.
Last 3 seasons.
Mahomes don't have 10.
So Mahomes is not proven yet. He's only started for 2 seasons.
Oh, that's that. See, that's that bullshit right there. Because Mahomes is thrown for like 8,000 yards and maybe 6 interceptions. Like, we know, hey, it's cool. Whatever makes you feel better about a hot pocket, hey, that's cool. I'm happy for you. But like I said, he got out of line this season. He's gonna get his bitch ass back in line next season.
You know what? I'm gonna be sweating bullets until the end of April. As long as Chucky picks 1, 2 defense in the draft, I'll be all right. If he picks a tight end or somebody else on the offense, I'm gonna start crying. But until then, I'm confident. Just get me some defense.
Because you know, your confidence has my thirst quenched next time I see you.
You know what would be the ultimate? And I would just laugh if it happened. You know, Chicago needs a quarterback, right? Because Mitch Trubisky's not doing it. What if we traded Mariota for Khalil Mack?
Mack ain't coming back. He don't like y'all enough to come back.
I'm just saying, what if that happened?
Y'all have to give him a fat check to come back. But and on the flip side, I would shot Mariota to them and get one of those running backs because when old boy goes down, y'all really don't have a backup. And Chicago got like 2-3 backs that's just sitting that can ball. So we need to, if Williams wasn't coming back for us, I wouldn't mind us trying to get one of them.
Yeah, and also if we get rid of Mariota, that's 11 million off the cap.
Something's gonna happen. You already know something's gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
What end up happening on the you don't want that happen in? Oh Mariota, we owe you 11. Let's break that down into a 3-year contract. And that way you can stay you up under the cap and we go guarantee it. That's what you don't want to happen.
No, I think they just needed somebody to push Derek. It worked. We're good. All right.
I think Derek he the ball regardless. I don't think Mariota gets much of a push.
And see, that's the reason why I don't fall too much for all this Derek Carr is trash crap because he's really been a good player.
The thing with Carr, he wanted to show his new home what he could do. And just sadly, he was one of the few that did it consistently. I'm waiting to see where Gronk's going to go because they said, I didn't realize it, Gronk's never tested free agency. They said now he's going to test free agency. What's his value at his age? Because did he really do shit in New England? I mean, Tampa? Not really.
He did once he started practicing.
He did the bare minimum. Compared to what he's done before, see, that's where his 2 seasons before is kicking what he did in Tampa. Because he really didn't do shit. He was like Jerome Bettis. You got 20 carries with 19 touchdowns. You know what? You use him for goal line his last year. It's kind of like that. You got 30 catches with 18 touchdowns, and you got 375 yards. You really ain't did much. So it's gonna be interesting to see where does he go, or like what do we do to improve our line?
Well, thank goodness my team doesn't need another tight end.
That's true. Like for us, do we finish on the last year of his deal? Do we release him because he's like 11 mil, or do we work out a new deal? Said he come from ACL. And you got the doctor that didn't save lives. What do we do with him? So it's like a lot of teams got decisions to make from these COVID players that opted out. It's coming back to, ironically, COVID still existing. So
yeah. That's another subject on another time.
Yeah, and that's why I don't respect some of them players. You opted out to deal with the same. So my thing is, this may sound bogus. If you opted out last year, you shouldn't play this year. Anything changed?
I can't say you're wrong about that.
You know that would kill some teams because they still be on the hook for that pay. Well, no, they wouldn't be on the hook, but you get what I'm saying though. It's like at some point you got to be like, hey, bro, you've been gone 2 years. Your window closing. I ain't trying to pay you this $6 million when you come back. So you either come back now or I'll let you go outright. But this is about to be some interesting moves that's gonna happen, but you ain't not gonna happen until OTAs and stuff start.
Yeah, and the other thing on the flip side of it, I don't care how good you are, you take 2 years off. Are you gonna be as good when you come back?
Yeah.
It's one thing to stay in shape. It's another thing to stay in football shape.
And if we learn from Le'Veon Bell, I don't know what shape he was in. Because he wasn't in performance, I know that. So I'm just waiting. Cam solidified me being a fan. He was very articulate. Great interview on I Am Athlete on YouTube. Y'all haven't seen it. Great interview with Cam. Didn't hold back, told the truth, broke it down, and he let you know he's from Atlanta, Georgia. And I want to go to Atlanta to go to that cigar spot. Because the fact that Brandon Marshall is out there and he got food, cigar, and drinks in one location, I need to see what's so impressive about it to where he couldn't do it, but Cam could do it.
One more thing before we close it out about Cam. I'm surprised that he's 250 and he's a vegan. Bro, I gotta eat me some steak. If if I'm just eating vegetables, I'm gonna shrivel up and die.
Here's the thing, though. You gotta wonder how much is he eating. You see, he was like,
That's a
this
lot of
one that
spinach,
I
bro.
learned.
That's a
This one
lot of
that
spinach.
I learned last week. I know that you a vegan. You're only eating vegan like breakfast and lunch, and you have a real dinner. It's not the whole day. It's only going to be like you might have a light breakfast and lunch, you know, as far as following those dietary guidelines. And then when it comes to dinner, you eat whatever. That's the truth.
Unlike a full-on vegetarian.
Yeah, that's what they. I forgot what I was. It was a podcast, and they was talking about diet structures and stuff, and they were saying that's the true structure of a vegan. I thought vegan, you bet they was like it's really only 2 meals.
Yeah.
I
Now,
had no idea.
I will
So
say this to everybody out there right now because I'm the head of a Facebook group called Change, which is fitness. Don't ever diet. Think about this. What are the first 4 letters of the word diet? Or the first 3 letters of the word diet?
I'm about to say diet, but you correct me.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, is this nigga on some special math? Then I reminded myself, you are a Raiders fan, so you might have been. But yeah, what you say, that's true.
Yeah. It's
That's,
a lifestyle. A
yeah.
lifestyle. Don't ever diet.
Most I would tell y'all, like I need to do, and I'm working on it hard. Cut back the sweets, cut back the bread, and cut back the sugar as best you can.
Oh, damn. I keep trying to close it out, but I keep coming up with stuff. I'm having a Kevin moment this week. I do want to tell everybody too, appreciate everybody's well wishes, support from, several episodes back. Um, I went to the doctor and
Oh
got
damn,
my
I forgot
blood
about
draw.
that. Yeah.
She called me back. She said the numbers look better. Um, when you're in that 0 to 3 point whatever range, you got nothing to worry about. She read mine. It was 3.16. Boom. Uh, Obviously not cancer free, but I'm holding it back. I'm holding it back.
That's a blessing. Now, I can't make a joke about that because that's serious. I had a good one in my head, but that's a blessing. I'm proud of you, bro. Keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing. We gonna be here 10 years now and be like, man, successful show.
Well, it's not just me. I mean, I got a whole bunch of support from people saying, try this, try that. And you know
Yeah,
me, I ain't trying to die anytime soon, so I'll
yeah.
try
So,
anything.
yeah,
And,
we gonna
and
keep rocking. We gonna take this to the limit. Hell, we gonna be on radio at some point with this, sitting back laughing. I'm proud of you. Keep it up. I thank you when you give me the shoulder, when you in my ear telling me what to do. Well, not telling me, but you give me you sharing your knowledge, which is like Cameron said, which we don't do enough of. So
yes,
that story you told about Fred Taylor, I was like, it don't surprise me because Fred just gives you that vibe, like you at home, you comfortable, I got you, but let me lace you on this and this. And didn't they make you think about Chico?
yes. He wasn't the person that the media led us to believe.
But 3 people to meet him, early teens, early 20s, late 20s, to meet him and all say the same thing, it makes you question, was he this hard nigga on the street? I already don't say he didn't kill himself. Just like old boy that had the little sex thing in Miami and those in stuff in New York. Neither one of them, I don't think, hung themselves in jail. That right there is real suspect.
And by the
But
way,
that,
for the people at home that are like, who is Chico? We're talking about Aaron Hernandez.
yeah. Again, watch I Am Athlete with Cam. They talk about it because they all knew him at certain points, and his nickname was Chico. And what you hear makes you really question what you've been told. And those from 3 people that spent significant time with him where they can speak on it. All right, but we'll end it there because otherwise we're going to keep going.
Oh, yeah.
I know your wife probably like, hey, nigga, dinner's ready, bitch. Come on.
All right, everybody, please make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, share it with everybody. Appreciate it. Kevin, take us on out.
All right, everybody. We're going to get up out of here. And some of y'all was running. God damn it. wondering, yes, that's Richard's toys in the background. He plays with them every Friday night when we don't have anything to do. He reenacts scenes from the mandolin.
A mandolin is an instrument. It's a Mandalorian, and those are hot toys, toys in name only.
That's all.
1/6 scale museum quality action figures. By the way, true story. There's about 20 or so different NFL stars that actually collect those too.
They probably all bitches too.
No, they're not.
Note, they probably all Raiders.
No, they're not.
From my big bro, we holler at y'all. Y'all have a good one. This is gonna come out on Thursday. Enjoy. The Meek Mill shit may be over and done with by then. Still enjoy our take on it. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff you gotta have editing. You gotta have time to make things look right. But enjoy it. Have a good week. Stay positive. Stay prayed up. Stay away from dumb shit as best you can. And on that note, holler at your boy, but don't yell.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Holler.